Hey everyone, I got a request not too long, well actually sort of a long time ago, of someone asking me how exactly do you tell your therapist everything. To give you guys some background information, I've had my psychologist since like January, I think, or February of 2013, so over a year now, almost a year and a half. And so now I have a really good relationship with her, but I remember in the beginning I had a lot of questions. I can film a video about like choosing a therapist and how to find one and stuff like that, how to plan for your first appointment if you guys want. Just let me know down below. But today I'm just going to tell you guys like how you go about like talking to your therapist and letting her know everything, because I had a question about that on my Tumblr, I think. So my first tip is to ask yourself, like, do you want to recover? I know that for a lot of people it's hard to tell like the truth and everything because they're not sure if they want to recover, but try your best to like be honest, and like ask yourself why you're going to therapy, because chances are you're paying for therapy, so make it worthwhile, you know? Like, don't waste money and stuff like that if you're not gonna use it properly. So really ask yourself if you really want to recover. If you really want to recover, you'll be able to tell your therapist everything. Just remember that your therapist isn't there to judge you. That's not their job. If they judge you, then they're not a good therapist, because they're not supposed to judge you. They're there to help you, so you should not be afraid of telling them everything. I know that some people, they feel like a burden. I felt like that before. So they're scared of telling their therapist everything because they don't want to create more problems for them. But what I can tell you about that is a therapist's job is to help you. They know what they're going into when they choose that job. So if they can't take your problems, then I think that there's something wrong with this relationship. I actually like gave my therapist my link to my video, so she's probably gonna see this. So I hope I don't offend her, but honestly, like, I think that a good therapist should be able to differentiate their problems from their client's problems, and that, you know, what's done at work is work, and then when they go home it's not their problem anymore, you know? Because I think that a relationship with your therapist should be somewhat professional, so that there can be like that barrier that you can like know that you can tell them anything and they won't judge you, you know? So that's that. Don't be afraid to tell them everything if you're not going to be burdened, like that's their job. For them, if you're not telling them everything, then they're not doing their job properly because they can't properly help you. They don't know everything. So tell them the good, the bad, the ugly, the disgusting, sad. And always tell yourself that there's a very great chance that they've had worse cases than you. Like, everyone is different, so, and I know that some therapists, like a lot of therapists, are really passionate about their jobs, so it's not that they enjoy hearing problems, because I've never been a therapist, I don't know, but I feel like if you choose to do something for your life, like as your career, you have to somewhat like it, you know? Well, that's my opinion, I guess. Next, during an appointment, for an appointment, I mean, you should always make a list beforehand of what you want to talk about. I started doing that a couple months ago because I found like I would go to appointments and I wouldn't know what to say, like I didn't know what to talk about, but like it's been a week and there's so much that's happened. So what I would do is that during the day, like if any time like I wish my therapist was there, I would write it down on my phone. I have a notes thing where it says like see and I write down all the topics that I want to talk about, and I find that really helpful for me to remember like what's important during my week and stuff like that. I found that's really helpful. And don't freak out if you don't cover everything on your list, because I mean that's okay. You can always write them an email afterwards or call them afterwards if you feel like you forgot something really important. But I mean, it's fine, like you'll see them again next week or something. So don't freak out if you don't cover everything, and yeah. That's my biggest piece of advice, like to write a list beforehand. And if it helps you, like give the list to your therapist as you walk in, like so she knows what to talk about. So, that's that. And then also, obviously if you have anxiety, it's really hard for you to, it might be really hard for you to call your therapist, so you can always write them an email, throughout the week, letting them know how you feel, so that you sort of update them before the appointment so you don't waste too much time. My mom used to call my therapist for me and like sometimes update her how I'm doing, and recently I've been able to like call her a couple times, which is getting better. But don't be afraid to update your therapist before the appointment so you know what to talk about. And I think that you should really make that session worthwhile. That's my biggest tip. Like, make the session really worthwhile and that, you know, you won't regret going, or like it'll be helpful, because I know how it feels to go to an appointment and leave there feeling like nothing changed. I've had a couple of those and it's just very frustrating and very upsetting. And in that case, if you do feel that way, then I think you should let your therapist know right away, rather than holding it in, and like let her know that you're not satisfied with the appointment you just had, and that she could call you or something, talk for like 5-10 minutes, stuff like that. So that's what I have to say. Don't be afraid to contact your therapist. I'm sure they'd be glad to like talk about your treatment and stuff with you. And like when it comes down to it, your therapist just wants the best for you. They just want you to be healthy and happy, and you know, to make the most of their appointments. Like, so that's what I basically have to say about telling your therapist everything. I hope that this helped you, for the person that asked me, and sorry it took so long for me to answer you. But if you guys have any more questions about therapy, if you like any more therapy-based videos, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!